About the penalty. Let's start with the penalty. The penalty missed from Salah. Is that this is the second penalty is missed? So is it that it's finished, and is this the worst? Like when people are leaving a particular football team, like good players, they leave on the eye. So what's going on with Salah?
Well, I feel like Salah has been finished all season. We're not finished, but at least the drop off this season has been insane. I don't. I feel like what happened this game is that his mind was just, this is my farewell tour. I must impact this game. I must impact this game. It was just like the first half. He missed one chance that OG Salah would have scored in his sleep. He was taking too many touches. The penalty, he did something weird for the penalty. Penalty in the last few years has been wait for the keeper to commit, then play. Even if you don't wait for the keeper to commit, you place the ball so high or so in the corner that the keeper is never able to, even if they dive in the right direction. You just didn't wait for the keeper to commit. He still played it at savable height. So it was sad to watch him, but him and Van Dijk, they scammed Liverpool last year. Not that they scammed Liverpool last year, but they scammed them enough to get the contract that's now shown that they were already physically dropping off, both of them, that they did not really deserve the contract in hindsight. They should have done something better with that money. So it'd be sad to watch Salah go like that, but he has been finished all season. So I still believe he will impact games this season, at least to the end of the season. He will still impact games. But this game was just, he was not in the right mind. It did not look like he mentally he was there.
And it's
I would
very
also
go ahead
what
again.
I also even think that like aside from the like I agree with what Mike said, it's just had a strings of poor performance over poor performance this season. But also, do you think that is a factor of the club factor? Because I was watching Oxley's Chamberlain last week. He was talking about how club can actually motivate players to play, like the club ginger, and we've seen how Salah became one of the best players in the world under club, which he was not before. Then he came under club and it just became a beast entirely. Do you think that coach factor might be there? Maybe he's not gelling with slots. You know, there's this whole like it looks like there's something off of him, which may not be even entirely due to that may not be associated with the game on the field alone.
Salah delivered last season when they won the league. So if we are going to agree to that fact, I get that everybody says club is a man manager. But if we are going to like lean towards that, how do we explain his delivery last season? Last season he still gave us good numbers.
But last season they played Klopp last season. It was Klopp last season.
But it wasn't the same player. Like
It was I mean like last
Yeah,
season was they played
it
how
was
Klopp
club
would play,
ball.
it was maybe in the
what
summer.
is Ox saying? Is it the tactics Ox is talking about, or the ginger club brings?
Both.
Oh,
No, the
Both
okay.
now.
tactics, it was club ball with a
Was
twist.
club what
Like
they played
less
last season.
aggressive club ball, but it was
Yeah.
club ball
Was
So
club
does
ball.
football.
football impact missing a penalty? Because now this is not even how he played. It's the fact that this is the second penalty he has missed in like 3 weeks. He missed one against
Yeah.
Galatasaray.
Is it Galatasaray? Yeah.
Yeah, so that one is it now tactics or
He has been so poor that even he said does not understand anymore. That's the
just
truth.
start
I,
to play
I,
so well and be a legend like this?
I, I think the team is not helping him. He's having a bad season, and sometimes when players have bad seasons, the rest of the players will step in.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
season was it the season before last season? He also had that kind of season, but the players around him stepped up. But this season, they brought in Wertz, Isak, and you are thinking the goals will come from those guys, but it's only come. They are still relying on Salah, and then Salah is not living up. That's why we are saying he's finished. He's finished because he set such high standards for himself, and I don't think that is fair because I still think he's playing okay to a certain extent. He against Galatasaray he played really well. It looked like he was getting back to the Salah of old. And then today's penalty was very strange, like Michael said. I don't know. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper. Like you're supposed to look at the goalkeeper, see if the goalkeeper is moving in one direction and slot it in the other direction. And he didn't do that. I think it's the pressure and the confidence that is so lack of confidence he's suffering from. That's just killing him.
Right, but it's still Liverpool I blame. They didn't have to renew Salah's and Van Dijk's contract. It's one of the worst
Well,
club decisions
if
I've
they've
seen.
given that kind of
Why
season,
would you say
there's
that?
no
Like
way
with
you won't give them a new contract
exactly
with the fans
Yeah.
as well.
That's why I
No,
say in hindsight, it was a bad
not
decision.
for me from
But,
day one. That was not even
but
hindsight. Like they both of them have had. Van Dijk has had a series of poor performances over time that made Konate look like he was a terrible player. But because Van Dijk is a name that should not be mentioned, everybody blames Konate, like Tosin.
I'm,
So,
I mean, I'm
so,
this
just
so,
to just collect stray bullets for
like
no
okay.
so
Let's
reason.
compare it with Saka, for
so
instance. Now,
are you saying this is a
no,
good
it's also
player?
let me finish. Let me finish, Joseph. Also, too, they are
Mhm.
both in their late 30s. So it's not like they are 24, 25 that you are saying it's a one-off. So you are giving a 34-year-old guy a 2-year contract that makes him one of the highest paid player in the club. How does that make sense?
it's just for 2 years.
No, they are
Okay,
34, 33.
Yeah, but
it's
it's
just
still
that I've
two
given him
years.
a 2 year contract,
It's
but
not.
Yeah, no.
It's not a long
And they
time.
were and their contract was ending. So it was a perfect season. They won the league, contract was ending.
That
Say bye-bye to them.
that's why
maybe
they
to
gave them
continue the
2 years
rebuilding,
as a
like the way you
transition.
rebuild it, you put them there, and then you buy
It
some
should
other
have been a 1 year contract.
yeah, 1 year
They
I
contract.
feel
won't
a
have
1 year
agreed to
Or
contract.
1 year
They
contract.
would have
So
agreed,
that's
but
the
it should have
thing.
been
or
top
they started the
amount.
rebuild the season before Klopp left and be like, we are not going to renew your contract. We buy a young defender, we do that season. Because it doesn't make any and I'm sure Boli and Co will not do it.
And how
Well,
are they doing now? How that's
They will not
brilliant.
do it.
And when the
Believe
brilliant
Bully out
I
of
don't
mean, the
become
way
this.
the
I
recipe
see
for
it,
success.
Salah was having such a good season, and he got
I get
rewarded
you.
for that.
I
No,
get
Look
your
Salah
at
had a
point.
Ballon d'Or season,
Look at
Ballon d'Or
Saka, for
level.
instance. Saka
Saka
wasn't
is
even
20,
playing to the level Salah was
Saka is
playing when he got this
Saka is
bumper.
24 years old. Saka is
Yes, but
24.
are you
So
happy? Is he is he
no,
is he
what I'm
earning his
saying is that
is he earning
for
his
for young
300k right now
no no
with
no
the
for young
performance that he's
players
putting?
for young players is a lot different because clubs will look like we can
Is
sell them,
the money is the
but not
money.
the they,
Who is going to
no.
buy
There's
Saka and pay him 300k?
Saka is an academy player. If we sell Saka for 40 million, it's a massive profit.
Yes, but
Just so you know,
if he's on 300k, will he take a pay cut to leave us now? That's the thing. It's not just the
Saka
transfer
is a
fees.
big player. Saka is a big player.
Is
We're
it
not
big?
looking at Chelsea's peanut salary.
So
We're not talking about
who
we're not
is
talking
going to
about
buy? Who will buy Saka?
pushing. We're not talking about poor wages now.
Who will buy
Low income
Saka?
club,
Okay.
low income earners.
They are talking about
We're not talking about
yes,
low income earners, please. When we get to
Who
low
will
income
buy? But
earners,
who will buy Saka though?
minimum wage.
How
minimum
many?
wage, minimum wage people.
How many suitors does Saka have? The only
Please,
suitors he had was PSG.
those, when big boys are talking about wages,
See
we're
this
It
not
one
was
talking
now.
only
about those on
PSG, and I
universal.
don't think
No,
PSG are
Joseph, you
still
need to see this
interested.
one.
We're not talking about those on universal basic income. Don't worry. We're not talking about those
No,
ones.
Aki got you on this one. No, see this one.
There's
Minimum
no.
wage. No,
It's
you got to
fine.
see this one out, Joseph.
Minimum
Look,
wage. No, not the please. We know you don't understand how it is to be if a player to earn 350,000 pounds per week. You don't understand.
What are you saying?
because I don't
Sterling
think
was
the
You
earning
don't
highest
understand.
those.
guy
But
is even
Sterling
earning.
was earning those wages.
That's why you guys couldn't even play him. You're afraid. You couldn't even play the one I was there. You chased him out. It's
Okay,
like when a rich kid finds
let's
himself in the
every
first school.
talk wage. But I'm not talking about wage structure now.
Now Joseph starter.
Minimum wage.
Salah,
Minimum wage.
Salah deserved that contract as far as I'm
I
concerned.
no,
agree
he
with you.
did, he did.
I agree
But
with you, but if Liverpool wants to rebuild, like they spent massively in the summer, and I know what they wanted to do was, give them 2-year contract, use Salah and Van Dijk to be senior players to stabilize the club,
Yeah.
and it has backfired.
And
yeah,
that's why I'm telling you that as fans, the way we react to things, I think is on. I don't want to use the word unfair, but it's a bit weird. I don't think if Salah and Van Dijk were having a great season, we would say their plan was fantastic. The only
But
reason
Prophet,
is
but the
not
Prophet saw it last summer as well. Prophet Akin said it last summer that
you didn't say it
well,
last
it
summer.
was going to happen. Yes.
Say that they're going to choke. No,
I said it was going to happen.
Like their season was too good for us to say they were going
Yeah,
to.
The Prophet saw it. The Prophet saw it. Don't worry.
They
I
Prophet saw
honestly
it.
agree
they
with
won
that.
the league well. Like they
No,
did, they
and that was
did
when
big They didn't win the league through corners, remember? They won the league by playing
I agree.
football.
There's no
Beautiful.
I
set
agree.
And then there's
pieces.
the Jota
Okay, so
factor.
like, yeah.
No club has ever
Yeah,
had
Yeah,
to
yeah,
deal
yeah.
with the situation with Diogo Jota. So
Yeah, that is true.
you can't
that's
ign-
true to do.
you,
Like,
you can't ignore
Yeah,
that.
so yeah, at least